What's up guys, Coach Az here. Today we're doing something different. I've got 5 essential purchases for strikers, for martial artists. I'm gonna use the word essential real loosely because in reality, you don't need anything. Like you need your gloves, obviously. You need someone to train, you need pads, you need a bag, all that stuff. These are just things that over the years that I've been doing this, I've just figured out they make life a little bit easier. And some of them are more useful than others. Take them or leave them. These are just open for you guys to try. So let's jump straight into it. Let's not waste any time. Number 1, glove deodorizers. By the way, nothing in today's video is sponsored. I'm not associated with any of these brands. I buy all this with my own money. This is not an advert for anything. Buy it, don't buy it, but I don't care. Glove deodorizers. So if you haven't seen these before, let me get an open one. They're little packets and they've got beads inside, and basically what they do is they absorb moisture. So the idea being is you finish your training session, you get your glove, you stick them in, close your glove up, throw it in your kit bag, and the next day your glove is nice and dry. So rather than you having to dry it and all the rest, because we've all got the best of intentions with our gloves. We get a new pair of gloves, we say we're gonna take care of them, we're gonna wipe them down after every session, we're gonna get in there, dry them out, hang them, put the hairdryer in them, whatever. We all know that on days it just doesn't happen. So these are just a great, real easy way to do it. They don't last forever. So like, you know, after about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months, they start not working, but you can kind of recharge these by drying these out. So stick them on a radiator, or if you live in a sunny country, just stick them out in the sun, dry these out, and then you get a good year's use out of them. They're not particularly expensive. In the UK, these are about £5. I'm sure you could find other ones that are cheaper. In the States, I'm guessing under $10 you'll be able to get them. So glove deodorizers, that's item number 1. Keeps your gloves less stinky, helps preserve them, helps them last a little bit longer. All good stuff. Go get some. Okay, number 2, glove quick wraps. Now, these ones are very much on the not essential list, but I'll tell you why I have them and why I occasionally use them. So if you haven't seen these before, they're basically like hand wraps, but instead of you having to do the full wrapping thing, you just stick your hand in this fingerless glove, which has a little bit of padding here for where you would have wrapped over, wrapped over, wrapped over. It's got the thumb free, not ideal, but what can you do? Fingers free. And then it's got a little bit of excess so that you can just wrap and support your wrist. I'd actually like a bit more. These aren't the best ones out there, but I'm sure you can find better ones with a bit more wrapping so you can get a bit more of the wrist support. But these are great for when you just want to quickly wrap hands. So let's say you're gonna hit a bag, but really you're going with a technique focus. You're not there to be hitting full power. There's minimal risk of you hurting your wrist, which is really what hand wraps are all about. And you just wanna get them on quick. And I found that these are just a great alternative to have in the kit bag for those days where you don't have the 5-10 minutes at the start to properly, nicely wrap your hands. And if you just suck at wrapping hands, this is an alternative, for beginners so that you can just get in and get training. And again, going back to that thing with the glove deodorizers, just wearing this extra layer, which this gets smelly and wet and takes away from some of the moisture that's going inside your glove, it all helps out. So these aren't an essential one, like I said, nothing on this list is, but they can be helpful when you just want to get a quick training session in and you can't be bothered to wrap your hands. Quick hand wraps. All right, number 3. Now this one is an essential one. A good water bottle. Now, hotly debated topic. I know some of you are already screaming, plastic! You can't drink from plastic, it's carcinogenic. I hear you. I'm not your dad. Do whatever you want. Here's where buying a bottle for martial arts, and in particular for striking, you have to think of things slightly different than everything else. So I know some of you go for the metal bottle, one of these, with the screw top lid, or a glass bottle, and again, maybe it's got a screw, maybe it's got a sport lid on it, I don't know. But here's the situation. You're working on the bag, you're working on the pads, coach shouts to you, you've got 30 seconds, go grab a quick drink. Now, if you've got one of those metal bottles with the twisty lid, you're like wedging it between an arm. Let's say, I'll let you take one glove off, right? You took one glove off, you're wedging it between your arm, you're untwisting the lid, you're drinking it, you're putting it back, you're putting the lid back on, you're twisting it. It's all really inconvenient. If you've got a glass one, the only real issue with the glass ones is that after your drink, you're gonna wanna just throw it back in your kit bag. You miss the kit bag, you hit the wall, you smash the glass. Don't know about you, but my coach would hang me from the rafters for it. This one, we take off the glove, single hand opening, drink the drink. Oh, there was some water left in that. Close the lid and throw it. Ha. Yeah, throw it in the kit bag. Sorted, done. Get back on with your training. Now, if you're really against drinking from plastic, fine, I hear you. Like I said, I'm not your dad. Get yourself an equivalent of this. Metal, glass, I'd recommend metal really, but make sure it's got some kind of lid that you can open with one hand and close with one hand, yeah? I understand the whole wanting a wide thing, but again, you drop that in the club, you drop that and you start spilling it, it's a problem. With this, even if I drop it, I'm not emptying the entire contents of my water bottle on the floor. And again, metal, you can throw it. Glass, you can get them often covered in like silicone, I guess, but like, come on guys, seriously. I use this one. This one is 720 degree. It is plastic. I know whole BPA free doesn't necessarily mean it's better for you. It's a risk I'm willing to take as a grown man, whatever. Let's move on. Number four. Number four seems like a doy, right? Seems real obvious, but get a good gum shield. I don't mean go out and spend tons of money on one. This is not expensive by all means. £20, $30 thereabouts, right? But it's a good boil and bite mouth guard, okay? Don't buy, because you can get them for as cheap as £1, £3. Now, if you've got a tiny little, you've got a kid and they're doing karate or taekwondo and the most that they're ever gonna get is a little tap on the head guard, fine. Get them a boil and bite because they're gonna grow and their teeth are gonna fall out and it's gonna change. But as a grown up, for you personally, or as a teenager, whatever, get yourself a decent gum shield, okay? And look after it. Rinse it out in between sessions. Rinse it out before you put it in your mouth. Mold it properly. Take your time with the molding process because that's really how you know that it's gonna do its job and protect you, which is the objective of it. So don't rush that process. This is an Opro Gold. I recommend these ones strongly. You can get what the other brand that's similar in price is Shock Doctor. Personally, I've never had a good experience, but it seems to be a very personal thing. Some people get on really well with those, some people get on with these, but I can confidently recommend them. There's a lot of different ones. I've not really found a difference personally between they're done by color, silver, gold, platinum. I get the gold, which is somewhere in the middle, and it works just fine. But get yourself a decent mouth guard, please, because the big thing with gum shields is not necessarily protect your mouth from your own teeth, that you don't bite your own tongue. But it's a big part of what protects you in impact because it allows you to brace, it allows you to bite down, they tell you to bite down on your mouth guard. It's part of it. It helps with your head protection in general. So to invest, take a bit of time, pick a good one, do some research. Very good. All right, guys, last one is going to be number 5, a foam roller. Now, I know massage guns are the big thing now, and I get it, and I understand the appeal. I've never actually personally used one, so I'm not really able to talk from a place of experience as to if they are worth the investment over one of these. However, for me, for simplicity and travelability, I prefer this, and I get it. The gun is smaller, the gun has a case, but the gun requires charging. But the gun makes a lot of noise. The gun can be a bit obnoxious at times, right? This, anywhere you are at, you can get down on the floor, you can do a little bit of foam rolling. Before class, after class, hotel, whatever. You can get small ones, you can get big ones, you can get gigantic ones. I personally, and it probably just because I'm old and I like old school things, I prefer a foam roller, the idea of it. I'm gonna get a massage gun purely for you guys' sake so I can test one out and tell you if I think that it makes that much of a difference. But a good foam roller, and if you have no idea what this is, if you're wondering what is this pink cylinder he's waving around in my face, it's for myofascia release, or basically the big thing it's for, it's for tight muscles. You train, you do your kicks, you do your punches, you do all this work, and your muscles get crazy tight. And this is effectively self-massage. So it's allowing you to run this over your muscles by putting your body weight on it and rolling over it. And it just really helps with recovery. It allows you to get back to training as quick as possible, get back onto the mat as quick as possible. I use it for my upper back, I use it for my legs, for my hips, for my butt, all these things that get tight during training. I highly recommend, and again, cheap, affordable. This one maybe not so cheap, but you can get these for under £10. They're affordable, easy, quick purchases. Highly recommend. This is by Trigger Point. I've spoke about this one before. It's, for me, just right, the Goldilocks effect. It's not too hard, it's not too soft, it's not too big, it's not too small. It gets the job done. Right guys, well those are 5 non-essential, essential, helpful purchases that you can make. If you've got money to burn and you're looking for something to stick in the kit bag, those are 5 things for you to consider and get yourselves sorted out with. Guys, if you want me to make a video on anything, if you want an equipment review, if you want a specific drill, maybe a fighter breakdown, drop it in the comments down below. Please, let's open a conversation up so that I can give you guys the kind of content that you want to see. Hit the like button, please, hit subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.